Vice-Chancellor of the National Open University of Nigeria, Professor Olufemi Peters, has urged national regulatory bodies, particularly the National Universities Commission (NUC), to take the lead in developing clear national definitions, standards, and objectives for micro-credentialing that align with Nigerians' educational goals and quality assurance frameworks. He made this call on Tuesday in Abuja at the West African Regional Consultative Meeting on Micro-Credentials organized by the Commonwealth of Learning in collaboration with NOUN. The event themed developing a Commonwealth credit transfer framework, micro-credentials in a digital age, brought together regional stakeholders to deliberate on policies for alternative clarification systems. Professor Peters described micro-credentialing as an innovative, flexible model that is transforming education and professional development by focusing on specific skills and competencies rather than lengthy academic programs. Also speaking at the meeting, Professor Jane Frances Agbu, Higher Education Advisor at the Commonwealth of Learning Canada, noted that the consultative section aimed to engage regional stakeholders on best practices for implementing micro-credentials.
Call on our national regulatory bodies and especially the National Universities Commission to take the leadership role in formulating nationally clear definitions, standards, and goals, aligning with national education goals and quality measures that will strengthen micro-credentialing in our country.
In response to these emerging trends, several governments and institutions have encouraged diverse institutions and organizations to provide variety of micro-credentials to learners. And yet, several issues are challenging the implementation of micro-credentials in many regions.
Contributing to the discussion, some of the stakeholders identified recognition as a key challenge, adding that the value of short courses or micro-credentials often depends on the credibility of the issuing institution.
The credit transfer contributes for ECOWAS to enhance the mobility of teachers, the mobility of students, and also the right for the establishment of citizens in the ECOWAS region. It is very important for us. So, because the mission of ECOWAS is integration. Of course, in the Commonwealth, it's not all the countries, but I think that the development of this, the outcome of this meeting will help ECOWAS.
Are we going to end up with a workshop and then also archive the policies in a graveyard of very excellent outcomes, policies, but that are not implemented? Because part of this problem we found is that we face a lot of execution gaps and implementation gaps.
This framework, however, would enable employers to be able to determine or assess when a credential that is other than a degree, comes before them, is brought to them. It will enable them to be able to value it and to be able to determine, how they would use it within their workplace.